Christina Ricci. If you want more pars, let's identify what your swing style is. Are you a two-planer or a one-planer? Both are awesome. Let's find out what yours is, and if you're missing your balls, either pulls or weak rights, let's go ahead and resolve that now. All right, so the first step is to identify what your swing style is. They're both awesome. Players tend to move towards a particular swing style because they feel like they can square the face, keep the club on plane. All right, so step number one is identify what it is. Step number two, if your ball striking is off, let's go ahead and take a look at your hinge. Oftentimes you're just missing either a vertical or horizontal hinge. I'm gonna explain what that means right now. All right, so let's talk about swing styles. Are you more vertical or are you more around your body, flatter swing plane? All right, what's your ball flight? Is your miss a low hook or is your miss a weak right slice? All right, players that tend to be a little bit more round, where their club works around their body, tend to miss with a low hook or a pull. And players that are more upright tend to miss with a weak right or slice. All right, so it's important to understand what your swing style is and is it a match for you. All right, most players will swing to where they're comfortable. So most likely it's good for you. Make sure you work with a golf professional to find out. Now, if you're more around your body and you're missing left, you're pulling, you're hooking, we need to add just a little bit more vertical hinge. So you probably have too much horizontal hinge.
All right, so we have Colin Marikawa, Tom Watson. All right, Colin has more of a one-plane swing, and Tom Watson has more of a two-plane swing where the lead arm is above the shoulder line, all right, and Colin's lead arm is more in line with the shoulder line. Now, Colin has a really weak grip, so he needs a lot of bow with the lead wrist. So you can see he's really bowing this at the top. And when that happens, that creates a lot of trail hand wrist hinge, right? So that's his mechanism to square the club face. Tom Watson has more of a neutral grip, so he doesn't have as much trail hand wrist hinge. All right, so you really got to match up your grip to your wrist conditions, all right, to square the face. It's all in the end, how are you going to square the face? If you have a weak grip, you need a lot more bow. If you have a more neutral grip, you don't need as much bow. So flexion in your lead wrist. All right, so as they come down here, so you can see how much bow. Look how much bow he has, like crazy. All right, that's just not something I recommend. Players have a super weak grip where they have to add that much bow. So I find that players in general have a hard time bowing the lead wrist. I mean, that's a ton. Tom Watson over here doesn't nearly have to do as much work. All right, he's a little bit more vertical with his swing plane. He still has trail hand wrist hinge, but he doesn't have as much bow. He has more form rotation. So it's really important to match up your grip with your wrist conditions and how you square the face. All right, we'll talk more about the swing styles in another episode. All right, so from the face on view with Colin and Tom, I wanted to show you the grip because the grip plays a key role in what your wrists do in the golf swing. So Colin's grip is really weak, the glove hand. This one is pretty borderline strong, and this over here is pointing to his lead shoulder. All right, so that's why he has to add a ton of bow to square the face. Tom, on the other hand, has a more neutral grip. All right, so he doesn't need to bow his wrist as much as Colin, so that's a big deal. So you got to pay attention to what your grip is, and that'll affect how you release the club in conjunction with your body rotation. So all that has to match up.
Players that have a swing plane that is around their body tend to have too much horizontal hinge with the trail arm. All right, we need to add a little bit more vertical hinge. And you can still go around your body, but we have to add the vertical. All right, so we're just gonna add a little bit more vertical hinge. Conversely, if you have an upright swing, you're probably missing the horizontal hinge. So players that have an upright swing tend to get up here and they have a lot of vertical. So if I just bring that back down, boom, ton of vertical. All right, so you're gonna feel like you add more horizontal. All right, so you're gonna get to the top, and you can add it on the downswing, which is what a lot of players do. Or you can get to the top and feel like you're holding a pizza tray. All right, so just add a little bit more horizontal hinge. All right, and this should help you improve your ball flight. So if you have any questions about this, leave a comment. I'll be sure to answer in future tips.